I know you all understand how stupid Trump supporters are. I mean, we talk about it here often. But I gotta admit, sometimes I am still just dumbfounded by their stupidity. I make it a point to try to follow some of these people on social media to sort of immerse myself in the MAGA-verse on social media, just so I understand what's going on over there, what they're telling themselves. And I was on TikTok this morning, and I started seeing a couple of things over and over again. The first couple times I saw it, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Is this a joke? Do they really believe it? And the more videos I saw, they were all saying the exact same thing. There's two things that apparently these MAGAs seem to believe. Pardon me, I'm still fighting this cold from last week. Anyway, actually it's beyond a cold. It's bronchitis, if you need to know. I'm on steroids and stuff now, so hopefully it'll be clearing up. Anyway, two things that they're telling themselves. The first is that we're going to be getting $8,000 checks from Donald Trump because of all the money that Elon Musk and DOGE have saved us, and that Donald Trump has ordered that money be returned to us. And it's going to be $8,000 per person. I swear to God, they honestly believe this. I can't even tell you how many videos on this I saw. Countless. I don't know where this stuff comes from. I honestly don't, but they believe it. It's not a joke. They think this is happening. And the other thing they're telling themselves is that they're going to save so much money because Donald Trump is going to eliminate the income tax, and that none of us are going to have to pay taxes anymore. All the taxes, the federal government is going to be funded entirely by tariffs. And of course, these fools believe that foreign countries pay the tariffs. And so American citizens won't have to ever pay taxes again, thanks to Donald Trump. We are going to eliminate the national debt and completely fund the government by taxing other countries through tariffs. That's what they honestly believe. They really believe it. I mean, do we even need to address this stupidity? I mean, it's so self-evidently stupid. But so many people in this country are just so breathtakingly stupid. They don't have the most basic understanding of how anything works. So what the hell? Why don't we just deal with the substance of these two ridiculous things? First, they think that we're going to be getting $8,000 back. Well, first on that, even if Elon Musk saved money, of course, it's not about, you and I both know, what they're doing has nothing to do with saving money, with cutting waste, with cutting fraud. I mean, fraud, I talked about this yesterday. If fraud is a crime, so if there's all this fraud taking place, where are the criminal prosecutions? Not one person has been prosecuted for fraud because they're not looking for fraud. And waste, if you identify waste in the federal government, it's illegal for the president or anyone working for the president to cut that money. That money has to be cut by Congress. But anyway, putting all that aside, notice how fast they're doing all this. You know, they're supposedly identifying all this waste, fraud, and abuse. You know, Musk will go into a department and within hours, he's identified all this waste, fraud, and abuse. It doesn't happen that way. Okay, you would have to investigate. You would have to really go in there and do audits, forensic auditing and all this kind of stuff. That takes time. Okay, they're not actually finding any waste and fraud and abuse. That's just the cover story. That's the lie. But anyway, even if, for purposes of this debate here, or this point, even if he actually saved money, do you know what our annual deficit is? It's about $2 trillion. Whatever savings Elon Musk may identify, it ain't gonna come anywhere close to $2 trillion a year. So they're not gonna refund shit. On top of that, these people think that Donald Trump has the power to just send us money. If there was gonna be a refund, that would have to be authorized by Congress. Okay, these people are such blithering idiots. And here's another point. You know, these magas, because they listened to Fox News and Fox News told them this, the reason we had all this inflation is because of Joe Biden's spending and all those stimulus checks that he sent out early in his administration. That it, you know, flooded the economy with all this free money, and that led to inflation. And now they're celebrating this idea, this complete lie, I don't know where it comes from, but they're celebrating this idea that Donald Trump is gonna send everybody $8,000 checks. As big as Joe Biden's stimulus was in the beginning of his administration, it wasn't $8,000 per person. Can you imagine the inflation that would follow from giving everybody $8,000? Apparently they don't have inflation concerns anymore. I mean, the whole thing is just flagrantly stupid on its face. So, okay, so we dealt with that. The next thing was this, we're not gonna have income tax anymore. Everything's gonna be paid through tariffs. Of course, they're so stupid, they think that the foreign governments pay tariffs. Of course, we know that's not true. It's the importing companies that pay tariffs on those goods. But the idea that tariffs could replace the income tax, imagine the level of tariff that we'd have to put on imported goods in order to make up for the money lost by elimination of the income tax, right? Imagine how high those tariffs would be. And then imagine how high the price of those goods would be. Who would buy them? Nobody would buy them, okay? You want to buy a TV from Japan? Imagine the level of tariffs. Your TV would cost $100,000. No one's going to buy a TV for $100,000. The ridiculous prices, nobody would buy any imported goods. So what would actually happen is we would raise no money through tariffs because the prices would necessarily be so high that nobody would buy them. So we'd actually bring in no money. The whole thing is absurd in the extreme. Eliminate the income tax, $8,000 per person because Donald Trump says so. But these people honestly believe it. I know it's hard to believe, but unless you go over there on the MAGA side of social media, and this is why they believe all this insanity about him. Like I said, I don't know where it comes from, but they reinforce all this garbage. Because if you're over there, like on TikTok this morning, you would see person after person after person talking about this stuff. And you would think, well, it's gotta be true because everybody's saying it. So these people are honestly convincing themselves that they're gonna get $8,000 from Trump and they're never gonna have to pay taxes again. But you know what? This kind of lunacy is actually gonna backfire on these Trump cultists who push this nonsense. Because people are gonna honestly believe this is happening. And then when it doesn't happen, who are they gonna blame? Now maybe they won't blame their orange God king. Maybe they'll find some way to blame the Democrats or whatever. But they really believe he's gonna do this. There are gonna be some sorely disappointed cultists. when reality sets in, and not only are they not getting $8,000, not only are they still going to have to pay income taxes, but everything, the price of everything is going to go through the roof. These freaking people, they have no earthly idea what they've done. And the truth is, they're so stupid, they probably will never figure it out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.